Hello, Terry here, and today we're going to play Almabtrieb. It's it's a strange visual novel, that's all I could say. I don't have much info about this, so yeah, it's a strange visual novel. Strange looking one, with a lot of fairy, I think, so enough talk, let's play the game. Let's see. Uh-huh. Aha. Hello there. Who are you? Silence. The sky is a lovely shade of blue. The blue of a robin egg. Ah. Uh-huh. My thoughts begin to wander. To long gone days that I can never get back to. To how I used to find robin eggs as a child lying empty and broken upon the ground. You do? That's cool. I would wonder about the baby birds, which one inhabited them. Did they hatch out okay? Well, I mean, if it's empty, then they're probably okay. Are they grown and flying about somewhere right at this moment? Uh-huh. Ah, I once found a dead baby bird lying naked in the dirt. I couldn't stop crying. Oh. So I decided to say a prayer for it. Prayer? And that made me feel better somehow. The rays of late morning light peek out from the fluffy clouds. A gust begins stirring strands of my hair, waving them about my face. The sea breeze is crisp and cool, carrying the smell of salt with it. The lighthouse stands proudly protecting my harbor town home. It seems to be smiling this morning, indeed. Oh. This is all free to use image. I know that because I used this one particular image once. The water goddess mountain is murmuring gently, whispering strange words that I can't understand. What is what I like to imagine anyway? Oh, that is, sorry. I've come and sat on its edge to read my book in solitude since the fountain is in a secluded part of the harbor which few seldom visit. The fountain is said to be magical. Magical? What do you mean by magical? I don't believe that, but I wish I did. The way the water trickles and flows is magic enough in its power to soothe. But if only, eh? Uh-huh. If only the water goddess fountain were really magical. Oh, I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. Looking down at my book in my lap, I stroke the smooth leather cover. It's my favorite book, my most favorite possession. I can count the number of times I've read it in the way the worn binding feels in my hands. What book is it then? This book enshrines a familiar and comfortable place for me, a world of words which I never tire of. I discover something new every time I read it and find my roots growing deeper into the main character as I become her again and again. I feel her sorrows deeply and her euphoric moments intensely. Inside this book is a place I go to far from the mundane world. A place of many adventures, of fantasy, of magic. If only the water goddess fountain really were magic. I find myself staring up at the statue of the goddess as I always do before I begin to read. Okay. Her unseeing gaze seems to be directed at me and fills me with a strange sensation. Oh, The kind I get when staring into the crackling flames of the fireplace. Okay, I thought you suddenly transported into hell. The way it seems to stream as it trickles across the firewood. I get lost in the glow like a moth drawn towards the light, and I don't want to look away until only the embers remain. It's the same sensation with the goddess statue. The sun glimmers on her smooth marble form and plays in her loving waters. But today there's something different about her. What is it? Her expression seems to have changed. I cannot even see her expression at all. Or is it something inside myself that has changed? But there, a glint in her eye, and her lips seems almost to be smiling. I wonder. Uh-huh. There's nothing there. Am I leaning to... And there she goes, she falls into the fountain. My book! If I could just reach it. Uh-huh. Ah. Fall down and drowning. Drown to a new world. Coldness. Wetness. What's happening? I'm sinking. And fast. But it doesn't make sense. This is too deep for a fountain. Hey, I mean, you're underestimating the fountain maker. They could actually make it very, very deep, you know. I don't know. So cold. My limbs seem frozen from the frigid water. How is it so cold? Deeper. I'm drifting. Deeper. No? Alright. Drifting as if to sleep. So sleepy. And there you go. Fall asleep. And wake up. And yeah, there you go. And wake up in another place. Strange fragments of dreams and broken thoughts cling loosely like cobwebs, pulled easily apart into fluttering thread as my consciousness pushed past. Hello? Where are we? Forgotten as soon as my eyes slowly get our sight. But what are they seeing? Oh, a forest. It seems like another dream. I can't keep them open for long. The sound of water. Uh-huh. Oh, hello. Didn't expect it to be so up close. Who? The statue? Why are you having that sweat? That sweat which happened when usually you made a mistake or you see something very confusing, disturbing. Uh-huh. And where are we going? Hello. Gentle sleep. So peaceful I don't want to wake up. But it's already too late. My body is warm and limp. I feel so warm. My eyes seem to open of their own volition. Hello, where are we? A room? Nice room. The fuzzy glow is starting to clear reality, sharpening around the edge. Crisp outlines meeting and forming something. A face. The goddess statue? She looks concerned now. No, it's a living face. But her resemblance is too strong. Uncanny. I don't know, it's kind of different for me because I didn't see the goddess statue except darkness. She is leaning close to me and her eyes suddenly twinkle as a small smile spread over her smooth, red features. Viatur. Vitur. Oh, good. You are awake. I was pretty worried about you, you know. Ah, so that was the worried sweat. I'm in a warm, soft bed. I struggled to sit up, at first using my elbows to prop myself up. My eyes dart around, but the background isn't making sense. Things seems fuzzy. I guess I'm not wearing my glasses. Yeah, I was about to say that. I struggle to speak. Where? Ah, Adelaide. Well, I found you in my spring, nearly drowned. That's a shame, so I've brought you home. That's cool. And I hope you don't mind, but I've taken you out of your wet clothes. No, it's cool. My name is Andis, by the way. Andis, water. Andin, you know. I sit up fully, nothing is making any sense. She's just like the goddess fountain statue in her form and her facial features, except she has a big gem in the middle of her forehead. And her ears, they are pointy, like elf ears. Spring? Adelaide. Yeah, that's the name. I can't skip it back then, sorry about that. In my spring, Andis. You just appeared out of nowhere. What? I felt the presence, then turned to see you bob up to the surface as if dead. But when I swam up to you, you still felt warm. So I pulled you out and managed to resuscitate you. I really have no idea how you got here. But I'm glad you're okay. Where is here exactly? You're in Dorfli, a little village up in the mountains. Ah, a little village up in the mountains. Mountains? Yeah, mountains. But I've never even been to the mountains before. How would I end up in the mountains? Last I remember, I was at a fountain to sit down and read. And then... my book! I dropped it into the fountain and when I went to grab it... Ah, about that, the book is destroyed, isn't it? I did find this floating beside you, but... it's water. She moves to grab something beside the bed. As she does, I already know what it will be. My heart breaks and I gulp down the knot in my throat. Yep, my poor dear book. It's sopping wet, completely waterlogged. I reach out to take it, but I'm afraid to touch it. It's like a dead thing. My favorite book. Oh, it's a dead friend. A bloated corpse of a book. The pain in my gut wells up and I struggle to choke back tears. Oh, I can't hold them back. They're streaming down in big, gushy, stinging rivulets now, and I sniffle back a sob, suddenly worrying that the woman will think I look like a big baby. Ah, yes you are. Yes you are a big baby, but it's fine, isn't it? But looking up at her, my sadness is reflected in her eyes. There is compassion in her features, concern in her knit brows. I'm so sorry. The text is kinda hard to read when there is character or background behind it. Like, for example, that Andis, can I go back? Internal engine? No, I cannot. Oh, yeah, that will do that. Instead of scrolling back, that will open the log, okay. So, if only there's... yeah, there you go. Sometimes the text feels too hard to read when it meets Andin's body. I know what it's like to lose what's dear to you. But don't you worry. I'm going to do all I can to try and fix it for you. Ah, how? Fix it? But that's impossible. My face feels warm with irritation at her well-meaning but ridiculous words. She frowns slightly. then smiles. Nothing is impossible. You're talking to someone who with a blue skin and a strange hair. Come on, believe it. Now, would you like to tell me your name and where you're from? My name is Adelaide. I'm from a small harbor town. So how did I get here? And why do you look like just and why do you look just like the water goddess statue? Water goddess statue? Yes, the statue of the water goddess fountain where I always go to sit and read. Some people say it's magical, but I never believed that. But now I'm not sure what to believe. Maybe I'm crazy, I add silently. Huh, a fountain, you say? Well, maybe it was put there in place of a shrine. You know, sometimes newer structures are built where old shrine once stood. Ah, interesting. Shrines? Yes, places humans go which have a connection to a nature spirit. Ah, nature spirit. Are you nature spirit then? Why, yes, I am. I am a water spirit. Ah, I kinda already guessed that. That you're associated with water, but I don't know, you're a spirit or fairy or something like that. So the fountain was like a shrine to you? Yes, it must have been marking where an actual shrine was once stood. A link between the human spirit realms, somewhere to pray for nature's blessings. But I don't know of any shrines. I don't know anyone who worships nature spirits anymore, except maybe older people in the countryside or somewhere abroad perhaps. Her expression became a little sad, and I almost feel sorry for what I have said. People have forgotten you, isn't it? But why? I don't know. A sudden sickness stabs at me. Spirit realm. You. You don't mean I'm dead? Could be. But that's just a place to connect stuff, isn't it? So probably you're still alive. Oh no, of course not, silly. Not at all. You have just crossed over exactly as you are. You can get here by dying. This realm is like a parallel dimension sitting close beside your own as it were. Well, actually more like as if it were connected by a thread. And somehow you were able to follow the thread here. Cool. Her words slide across my senses in a way that makes me sick. Why? My head is swimming with confusion. Swimming water. Oh, splash. I'm falling into a fountain. Yes, sinking, drowning. Wet. My poor book. Oh, you're sweating a lot. Where am I? How? This isn't real. It must be some sort of dream. My lungs, oh, can't seem to get enough air. I'm drowning, gasping. Oh no, you're having an attack, aren't you? Choking for air. I clutch at my chest. Hello? My eyes can grow any wider, or the lids will peel back and my eyeballs will pop out like two tear-soaked spheres on strings. Strings. Thread. Connecting dimensions. Uh-huh. This doesn't make any sense. It's all some sick joke. Now you see here the text is kinda hard to read in this part. It's all in my head. Are you sure about that? Hello, are you waking up now? Adelaide? I still cannot spell your name. Adelaide. Adelaide? Are you alright? Yes, yes. She's gently holding me by the shoulders, leaning close again, concern creasing her lips. She smells so nice. Alright, a fresh sort of smell. Ah, interesting. Like the way the air smells after the rain. I know this is a lot for you to take in right now, especially after being in the state I found you in. So here, lay back down slowly. There you go. There, now, would you like me to get you anything? Maybe something to drink? Water, perhaps? I shake my head weakly. I'm fine. No, thank you, but the words don't come out. Well, alright, please try to get some rest. I would like some, what do you call it? Probiotic milk. Yeah, that's nice if you feeling sick, sick. How can I rest? I still can breathe. What if I'm dying? Is this a vivid dream? There, shh. Oh, she's gently stroking my hair with the lightest touch. I close my eyes. Shh. Go to sleep. It's alright. Shh. Her whisper by my ear, so soft, nearly inaudible. A tingling sensation washes over my scalp, a kind of relaxing shiver that works its way through me. I feel myself warming, once stiffened muscles now melting, anxiety and fear being swiftly washed away as if with a sponge bath. Oh, sponge bath. That sounds cool. Shh, go to sleep. Shh. Her soft, shushing sounds is like a rain, a steady rain that puts you to sleep. Yeah, like I'm just joking. Sleep sounds so nice. Maybe I just need some sleep. There you go. Waking up. Hello. Who is there? As my eyes open, unfamiliar fuzzy shapes appear as my surroundings. I fumble for my glasses, but they are on my nightstand. It isn't there either. Now I'm aware that this bed feels nothing like my own. It doesn't fit my form with worn depressions like my own does. Ah, that's totally relatable, like my own does. Mm-hmm. And it feels too firm. It doesn't smell like me. It has a sweet, grassy smell like the hay they give the carriage horses at their stable in town. Town? I'm not in my own town, let alone in my own room, am I? A door opens with a groan and a blurry figure approaches me. The goddess statue? Undis. It all comes back to me. She's carrying a tray with some kind of food on it and she wears a warm smile. Is this all a fever dream? Well, I don't know. If it is, it's cool. If so, maybe it isn't so bad. See? Good morning, Adelaide. I brought you something to eat. Hungry? Sure. What do you bring, though? I hope it's human food. Uh huh. Yes, actually. Burger? Did you bring burger? And then blush hotly as I struggle to pull the blankets up higher. I forgot. I'm completely naked. Ah, this is like a bad dream. Maybe she didn't notice. Oh, and here are your glasses. Ah, I quickly take them from her and shove them on my face, avoiding eye contact and trying to keep the blankets over my breast. Ah, there you go. It's become brighter. With my glasses on, I can tell we're in a humble little cottage made of just one room. What do you mean, humble little cottage? It's beautiful. And here is your breakfast. Thanks, Mom. She holds out the tray to me. I look down at my hands, clasping the blanket tightly. Uh, do you mind if I get in some clothes first? It must not have really dawned on her before, and she blushes a little with embarrassment. Oh, of course, I'm so sorry. Your dress is all dry. Let me just grab it for you. Uh huh. She sets down the tray on a small table by the window, then opens the door and steps outside. She steps back in with my dress and sets it on the bed before me. How about I grab you a few extra layers? Sure. It's a bit chilly up here, so I'll get a shawl you can wrap around your shoulders. She opens a deep wooden chest. She digs around in it for a moment, then pulls out a bright shawl and a couple other things, one of which is bright pink. Bright pink! She laid this in a neat pile on top of my dress. I also grab you a bodice and apron to wear, as it's customary here in Dorfley. The apron will help keep your dress clean, and the bodice will help hold the shawl on. There's also a couple of fresh flowers you can wear in your hair if you like. Let me just step outside to let you get dressed. Sure. I slowly stand, feeling an ache, as of disuse in my feet and legs. I slip on my undergarments before pulling on my dress. I struggle with the buttons a little and then finally pull on some stockings. Next is the shawl is worn under the bodice, right? I try to get it to sit right before getting into the bodice. There, it seems right. Now you have a neck piece. Before, you were naked. Finally, the apron, the ribbon at the top it is really long, sorry. So I wrap it around and tie a bow in the front. There's a full-length mirror in the corner. I better go step in front of that. So yep, we can see our character. The flowers. There we go. Alright, I think that's that. Ah, oh, my shoes! They must still be drying outside. Need any help in there at all? She calls through the door. Oh, I hope I haven't taken too long. No, you're not. I rush to sit down on the bed, stocking at feet firmly set on the floor. Stocking it. That's the first time I hear that word. It feels so good to be in clothes again. I'm all dressed. You can come in. Her face lights up when she sees me in my new outfit. Wait, she's is she really big, or a character is just depicted as small here? I don't know. It all fits you perfectly. I'm so glad. You look lovely. Thank you. She steps over to the table and takes a seat. Food. Well, that's it. I quickly join her, realizing just how hungry I am. The loaf of bread is golden and smells fresh baked. Oh, that looks so delicious. Oh, God. She grabs a knife and slices off a piece for me, placing it on my tray and passing over a huge hunk of butter. Oh, God, that looks delicious. My stomach rumbles in anticipation, and my mouth is watering. Okay. I cut my hunk of bread into slices, then start slathering a generous amount of butter on one. Oh, God. Yes. Delicious. Oh, milk. And this pour some milk into my glass. Thank you. Uh-huh. I keep my eyes on the lovely food. I'm afraid to look up at her. I'm suddenly feeling self-conscious again. We need some cheese to complement this. I take a sip of the milk. It's so wonderfully warm, and it's so rich and sweet. I've never had milk like this before. It's more than just whole milk. It's raw and fresh and somehow tastes both heavy and light at the same time. I grab up the hunk of lovely brown bread next, biting into it with vigor. My teeth break the crisp golden crust sinking into the sweet softness. So sweet it must have had honey baked into it. Oh god. And oh, the butter. It's the creamiest. The thick layer of it dissolves in my mouth as it melts with the hearty bread, creating the most delicious flavor I've ever tasted. Oops! I realize I've been greedily wolfing it down and guzzling down my milk. I stop blushing and raise my eyes up towards Andis. She's busy eating her own portion, grinning at me with knowing eyes. As she chews. Alright. It's good, isn't it? It is. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, you're crying again. Before I realize what's happening, tears well up in my eyes, and I try to blink them back up, but they slide down my hot cheeks. Yeah, that's because that's impossible. You cannot blink them back up. Thank you for saving my life. And thank you for such generous hospitality. Yeah, Adelaide is small, isn't she? Andis is just giant. This is the most delicious meal I've ever had. Ah, despite my best efforts, more tears fall and I struggle to show my smile that I feel so deeply inside my chest that it hurts. Andi swallows her bites, smiles, her eyes glisten. As for hospitality, that's just how we all are around here when we meet someone in need. Think nothing of it. Okay. And as for the meal, where we are a cow herding community, we are very proud of our cattle and the milk they provide. And as for saving your life, well, what kind of water goddess would I be if I hadn't? I blush harder, smiling, and take another sip of milk. I look up again. I have to try to stop feeling so shy. So, are all the villagers of Dorfleet nature spirits like you? Why, yes, we are all nature spirits. Interesting. Each of us has our own special role within the community. For example, I'm the village priestess. I lead all the ceremonies and perform all the sacred rites and rituals. It's my job to commit them all to memory along with all the specific prayers and incantation, so that someday I will pass them on to the next priestess. Alright. How many are here? The main cowherd is Uli. He's the one that watches over the cattle and leads them up to the mountain each morning to higher pastures. Mountain? I forgot we were in the mountains. A wave of excitement washes over me. Yeah, you never went to the mountain, aren't you? I gobble up my last bit of bread, washing it down with the last gulp of milk, and rush outside. That was fast. It's a beautiful scenery. My mind races. The mountains are like a dream, like a painting. A painting with the finest, most careful strokes. Washes of colors combine to create the unimaginable. A dream painting, a painting of a dream. Mountains! Oh, you're so excited, aren't you? I've never seen mountains before. They are amazing, so beautiful. The chill air is thin and surprises me somewhat, but my eyes are drinking deep of the mountains. Pink peaks glisten with snow, pearly forms full and hugging and close. I want to reach out and touch them. They are like divine clouds, like some kind of heaven. It's almost unnatural how beautiful it is here. Supernatural, even. I rush to the edge of the hilltop for a better view. I mean, this is a supernatural place. What else do you expect? Uh-huh. Ah! Rolling golden hills lie below, gleaming brightly. My nose picks up the fresh scent of wildflowers blooming sweetly as if with beaming faces. Ah, my feet! They are so cold! My shoes! How could you forget your shoes? I turn to see Undyne, I guess? No? Alright. Ah, yeah. To see Andy standing at the door, smiling, and behind her cottage is the spring. Ah, that's the spring. It's beautiful too. Andy's mountain spring! It's so blue! Something about it is so serene, sacred even. Something inside me thinks I wouldn't mind so much if I had drowned and died there. What? My shoes are sitting beside the door and I quickly run and grab them, slipping them on and tying the lace quickly. This place is so beautiful. It's all so awe-inspiring. I feel so small, yet like I'm on the top of the world. Are you sure I haven't died and woken up to a celestial afterlife or of some sort? Anis giggles a little. My legs feel like stretching, so I take some steps and do a little spin, watching my skirt twirl with the glee of a little girl. Oh. It's just enough to make me unexpectedly dizzy and I stumble a little. What? I turn back to Andy's unsteady feet. It must be so perfectly wonderful to live here. Is it? Ah, it is. Uh-huh. But her smile fades, yep. Yes, I guess. What's the matter? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's just that normally this is the happiest day of the year, but... But what? Well, we are all proud of our home here in Dorfley, but it will be even more lovely to see the cattle coming down for Almabtrieb. Ah. Almabtrieb? Yes, it is our main festival, our biggest one. An annual event in which we celebrate the return of the cattle from the higher pasture down to their barns in the valley for the coming colder months. Sadly, it doesn't seem like all of the herd will be able to make it down. Oh, why not? Uh-huh. The cattle have all become mysteriously ill. Ill? So even disease is something dangerous here. Many are too weak for the journey down the mountain. Nobody is sure why. We may be able to slowly get them down the mountain, but we won't be able to parade them down for Almabtrieb. Oh no, that's terrible. Yes, I will not be able to perform the sacred rituals of Almabtrieb to pray for the blessings and protection of the village. And worse, some of the cattle are even dying. She seems to be trying to keep herself composed. She clears her throat a little. The cattle are our lives. We care for them and they provide for us. But we have failed them. I don't think so. They may all die and that would cut us off from the blessing of nature, cut us off from our mountains, our home. Although she is trying to keep calm and his eyes are glazing over. Oh, what? She's crying. Tears roll down. I reach out shyly to clasp her hand in a gesture meant to provide some comfort. She hides her inner pain with a grin. Uh-huh. Andis, I don't know if there's anything I can do, but you're crying too. But what? Well, you saved my life. I want to try to help save the cattle somehow. And now you... Yeah, the text is hard to read here too. There's a lot of instances where the text is hard to read. I'm just pointing that out. To save Almabtrieb. Uh-huh. Please, I'll do anything. Anything? Huh. And there they go, fades away. She looks into my eyes, her expression is serious, studying me, seeming to try to read who I really am, looking deeply into me, down to my core. Well, alright. Of course you can help. Why don't we go to see them right now? Maybe I can try some more incantations. I'm not sure that would work, but a few good medicine would work. A surge of happiness seemed to gush through my heart. I will do all I can to help repay Andis for her kindness. My feelings falter a little as I am struck with worry. Anxiety wells up inside of me, an anxiety over whether I am capable of even helping at all. Oh, yes you can, you definitely can. I don't know how, but probably will. Oh, it seems that's the end of the demo. Yeah, I've checked around and find out it seems this one is the end of the demo, this part is. So I guess that's all for Almabtrieb. So if you enjoy this game, tell me in the comment section and perhaps I will play the full version later. See you later then in my next video. Bye bye.